Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I'm on my way to my primary care physician, doctor, to talk about my 3-month, I think it's been longer than 3 months since I've been on Prozac, but maybe since the last time I saw her. This is my checkup. I think maybe it's 4 months. I don't know, but this is my checkup with my doctor to talk about my Prozac. And I've been noticing lately that I just have crying spells, which is great. I've at this point, oh shit, it's a red light. All right. So at this point, crying is pretty normal to me. And I know crying is normal. Okay, it's part of the process, it's part of having emotions. And I very much allow myself to feel it, to feel the sadness, to feel what I'm feeling at the moment. And I do cry. It's just that I haven't cried in a very long time. I haven't cried in a few months, and I've noticed that it's easier for me to get into the negative spirals lately, and so I've been thinking about asking my doctor to up it to 20. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to meet with her, and she's going to ask me how I'm doing with the medication and see how things have changed with me. I know for a fact that when I first started Prozac earlier this year, I wanted the lowest dose because I want to handle it myself and take care of things myself, and so I got 10 milligrams. And the moment I started taking Prozac this time it was immediate shift in my brain, in my emotions, and how I feel and think on a regular basis. And what I had at the time is something that I had normalized, just being negative and being sad all the time, and having that constant spiral. I believe it's something that people with depression can relate to, is that once you get into a negative thought, it just snowballs and you spiral into a deeper, darker place. And many things that I still deal with, and it's very especially hard around the holidays, or around when, I guess really just the holidays, when a lot of family, when people have family around. And wow, when you think that you have a big vehicle and a big 18-wheeler comes up next to you and makes you look tiny. Sorry. So one of the things that I deal with a lot is not feeling as if no one cares about me, and it's a really easy slippery slope that I've caught myself into quite a few times the last couple of weeks, I guess the last month or so, because it is the holidays, and those who aren't surrounded by family is even that much harder. And it's also, for me, I kind of take pride in the fact that I choose not to be around family. And the family that I mean when I say that, oh sorry, this is, all right. I take a lot of pride in saying I value my peace, my inner peace over, and the holidays have always been to me in the past something that caused a lot of stress. And so they cause a lot of stress, and I feel like people aren't grateful, because people in my family, me growing up in the family that I did, it was a lot of people that weren't grateful. And having a mother that it's her against the world and everything is the world's fault and not her fault and nothing is ever good enough. That is the mindset that I grew up in. That's the household I grew up in. And it took me many years to get past that. Anyways, so that's so I take a lot of pride in saying I don't want to be around family because I value my peace more than drama or the feeling of not or the feeling of being not appreciated is not a top high value for me to seek out during the holidays. Anyways, so aside from saying that, yes, the holidays without family can be very sad, can be just sad. And one of the things that I deal with is that if people don't communicate with me, people don't reach out, I think people aren't thoughtful, I just won't hear from anyone for many days. And that's something that I just deal with every single day, and I feel like I'm alone every single day. And for the most part, it's true. And there was a quote that I saw on YouTube or Netflix or something recently that says, as much as you want people to think of you all the time, you'd be surprised at how much they don't think of you. And that's the sad truth. Anyways, sorry, I'm kind of just like, I don't know, just randomly talking about things, but it's just what I've been going through. So lately, the last couple of months, I've just been really, and I think it's a big part of it because I hurt my ankle, and I never realized how much of a mental toll a physical pain or physical break, a physical change in your body can really take on your mind. And so I've definitely fallen into that slippery slope of not taking care of myself and being stubborn and taking advantage of the situation and just really not taking care of myself at all, okay? And that means eating things I shouldn't be eating and just overeating and drinking, not really working, being lazy, sleeping, taking advantage of everything that I can, and I know it's not doing me any good. And I've noticed my mental health has just declined the last 2 months because of the injury in my foot. And so now that my foot is doing a lot better, now that I can run on my ankle, or not run on my ankle, but I can run with my ankle, I'm just like, shit, alright, I guess there's like really no more excuses for me to continue to not take care of myself. My ankle's fine, not fine, but my ankle is healing and my ankle is strong. I got a strong foot. I'm going to PT. I'm doing what I need to do. I just need to get focused back on track. So anyways, I am going to the doctor to ask her for an up in my dosage, just because I have seen myself a couple of times the last few weeks just having a cry, just having a cry fit, basically not cry fit, but cry session, more or less. And I want to get back on track, and I want to see what she will recommend me, and I'll let you know. Right now I'm just driving there. Everything else in my life is pretty fine. The biggest change I did notice about taking Prozac is that when I'm not having like the cry spells or the cry sessions or whatever, I'm not constantly going through negative thoughts. And when I say like constantly going through negative thoughts, the spiral that I go through, this is just an example of what I would go through. For instance, I guess I can say, like if someone, one of the biggest things is that people, I always saw people doing things and not inviting me. And so I would always say, oh my God, they're not inviting me, and this is so awkward, but I really want to go. Why don't they invite me? Am I stupid? Like, do they not like me? Oh, did I say something wrong? What can I do to make things different? I want to fit in. I want to be with these people that I think are so cool. I want to feel wanted. I don't feel wanted. I feel like, oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. This is terrible. You don't deserve to live. Fuck it, it's just drive off the side of the road. And so that's how I laugh, because it's not funny, but it's just like, of course I think that way, because that's just how I think all the time. That's how I would think all the time. Is that like, fuck it, I don't care. Like, nobody's gonna miss me if I leave. No one's gonna miss me if I die. I'm sorry, not leave. There's no one that is going to recognize that I'm gone for 2-3 days. How long? Like, oh man, I wonder how long it takes. I wonder how long it would take for someone to realize that I'm dead. Would it take 1 day? Would it take 7 days? Would it take a month? Would it take 7 months? Like, would anybody even give a shit? And in my mind, nobody gives a shit, because people aren't contacting me or involving me, or whatever it was that day that was bothering me. And so with Prozac, those negative thoughts just stopped. And so what that gave me is more clarity and more space to think of things that are in the present. Anyways, my phone is getting hot. It's gonna shut down, and I don't want this to shut off prematurely like it typically does. So I just wanted to get on here and say hey to you guys and let you know how I'm doing. If you want to see, if you want an update after the doctor, just post on this video, and I will do one after I leave the doctor, and I'll let you know what she says. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.